Hello there, this is NNL Bricks here, and today I have a new video for you guys. It is the 75348 Mandalorian Fang Fighter vs. TIE Interceptor. This is a set that should be releasing May 1st, 2023, and will be retailing for $99.99 in the US. And I think it is a pretty fair price point, which we'll get into all that later. I'll show you guys the build, the minifigures, and you guys can decide for yourself. But personally, I think it is worth the price point. I just wish there was just one edition, and you guys will see that later on, of course. Now, the box art looks nice, and there will be a spoiler in this, so if you guys want to be spoiled for The Mandalorian, click off. I'll give you guys a couple seconds here. So yeah, the spoiler here is that this scene actually did not happen in The Mandalorian. Maybe Disney gave Lego a concept art picture, and they used that to make this, and this scene just did not happen, and I'm just a little bit frustrated with that, It is annoying. But we do get 4 nice minifigures here. We should get 5, realistically, I think. Again, with the finale. Should have gotten probably Moff Gideon. That's the one I was thinking about. You have the Mandalorian and child, or I should say Din Grogu, another spoiler, in the box art with the dark orange. At the top of the box, we have a Mandalorian Fleet Commander, which we'll get into. And then in the back is just all the play features or the play functions you get in this set, which I will say, I think I'm a big fan of this double ship set. I'm a big fan of that. I like when Lego did that with the A-Wing and the Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. That was awesome. And then you get some side box art. Now, let's go into our figures. Here are the 4 figures we get, and my only complaint about the figure selection is there should have been one more, and that either could have been Moff Gideon or Bo-Katan. But since we are speaking about a scene, a scene that didn't happen, but that was supposed to be in the finale, I think Moff Gideon should be here. I'm a little bit disappointed that we don't get Moff Gideon, and especially when they give when Disney gives a new helmet, like a new a whole new suit, armor, and everything. I think that should have definitely been included in this set. So first off, we have, let me see, it is R2-E6, and it's another nice astromech to have. I actually kind of like the fact that it's gray and black. It's actually really nice. There's no print on the back, which, I guess is not a big deal, but I do like the print of the droid. You have some printing on the back of the head, and it's a pretty cool droid. I'm glad that they Lego included this, but I don't really count droids as minifigures. Next up, we have a TIE Pilot here, and I like this TIE Pilot. I'm not sure if it's a new figure. I think they've used this print before. Definitely the helmet's not new, but the torso looked a little bit different, but I'm pretty sure it is a reuse, which is fine. And then they do include a head instead of the angry clone face, which I'm glad Lego's moving past that. I'm a big fan of getting different faces. And then here is when we get an interesting character, which we get introduced in the 6th or 7th episode. It is the Mandalorian Fleet Commander. I'm not sure if this character has a name, but he has a face print. A double-sided face print, actually, I should say. And also comes with this hairpiece, which, looks pretty cool. The helmet itself is actually awesome. I'm a big fan of this helmet. My only complaint is that we could have maybe gotten a more well-known Mandalorian, like Axe Wolves and is it Costiga Reeves? Yeah, I think that's the other character that maybe could have been included instead of this Fleet Commander. But at least it isn't just a generic figure, and we know it's someone from the show. And lastly, we have Mando, which is a new Mando. We did get this print early in later in 2022, last year, with the Razor Crest, but we do now have it in Beskar, and this is the main difference in the figure. You have a little bit of detailing on the sides, which looks really nice, and then of course you have the print on the top, and the Darksaber is new. The Darksaber actually looks really nice. They could have definitely done a better job with the Darksaber, but I think this is definitely an improvement. It definitely looks better when you have it in hand than it did in the pictures. In the pictures, I'm like, could have done, there should have been a better mold, which there should have been, but it still looks nice when you have it in hand. The torso and legs are the same, and they include the head from the N1, which we got. Maybe a hairpiece would have been nice with Mando, even though it doesn't really take off his helmet in this season. But for me, I'm going to give the figure selection, or the figures in this set, a 9 out of 10. I think, like I said, one more minifigure definitely would have gotten a 10 out of 10, but, you know, just 4 minifigures and 3 of them actually being minifigures, 1 being a droid, that's why I give it a 9. Now, let's go on to our 2 builds. Now, we're going to go with the Fang Fighter first. You can fit your minifigure in there. It's a, oh, just shot the spring-loaded shooter. I think it's, well, we'll find that later. You could fit the figure in there. I prefer to put the hairpiece on and the helmet on his arms or his lap. It looks fine. And then right here we have a secret compartment where you could fit his weapon, his thermal detonator, and his rangefinder. Because you cannot fit the rangefinder, and you can't put the helmet and rangefinder on while the cockpit piece is down, because it just doesn't work. The guns here, I actually like the way that LEGO designed this. It's very simple, but looks really cool, and the coloring is really nice. The engines in the back look awesome. I actually really like the way that LEGO designed that as well. Awesome. It's very swooshable, I should say. You know, as a kid, I would have loved to have this set at the age of like 6, 7, maybe up to 10, because it is so fun to just fly around. And I will show the 2021 Clone Wars Mandalorian Starfighter, and there is a pretty big difference in the sets. You know, the Clone Wars one is way larger, and I prefer this one obviously because it's the one we see more often. We don't really get the Fang Fighter a lot. We got it in Rebels, I want to say, maybe a couple times in the episodes with Fenrir, which would have been nice to see in the Mandalorian. Actually, I don't know. Is he still alive? I don't remember in the Rebels if he survived. He probably did, but yeah, this build I'll give a 10 out of 10. I liked it. And now let's go on to our TIE Interceptor. Now this one is probably the highlight of the set, the TIE Interceptor. The detailing and everything on this set is fantastic. You know, the spring-loaded shooters, you just click it on the back here, and they go pretty far. The Technic for this set is very strong. You know, you're not going to really get this breaking on you. It seems fragile when you're like moving around like this, but trust me, it will not break. I'm putting a lot of force on it, and it's not really breaking on me. You have your cockpit piece, and you could raise this piece above it to get more space. I put my minifigure in there. Now, this isn't really anything about the build because there's nothing wrong with this build in my opinion. But the inclusion of the droid, for me, there's not really a place to put your droid, and that's why I'm not a big fan of including it's just like a filler in my opinion. You know, Moff Gideon would have been so much nicer. Even like one of the Stormtrooper Mandalorians would have been nice to see in this set. But the technique and everything on this set is awesome. I'm just a big fan of it. I was going to convert my 2021 TIE Fighter into a TIE Interceptor when it first came out, but I was hoping LEGO would make one, and thankfully they did, and it looks fantastic. These 2 builds for me are 10 out of 10s. They're awesome, and I'm a big fan of this set. I think it's definitely worth the price, and I'll go more into that in the overview. Overall, I do not think you could go wrong with getting this set. It is 100% worth the $100 you're going to pay. Maybe you'll get some sales maybe later down the line, maybe at the end of summer. You definitely get them around the holiday season. But I would definitely pick it up as soon as you can because this is a fantastic set. The TIE Interceptor is perfect, and the Fang Fighter is awesome. I'm a big fan of that. I think the techniques they've used for both sets were awesome. And I'm going to give this set a 9.5 out of 10. Again, I would have given it a 10 out of 10, but we just did not get another minifigure, and I was hoping for a Moff Gideon figure this year. And that just did not happen. It's going to seem like it's not going to happen, at least. If you guys liked the video, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.